They traveled more than 11,000 kilometers from a tribal village in North Waziristan, Pakistan, to the U.S. Congress in Washington, D.C. Their goal? To tell Americans what really happens when a U.S. drone targets an innocent family. It was a year ago when 12-year-old Zahir Rahman was struck by shrapnel from a drone. He'd been gathering vegetables to prepare for a special dinner to celebrate Eid.
I saw the drone hovering overhead, but I didn't worry. Why would I? We were innocent. Then it fired and the whole ground shook.
Shrapnel from a second drone hit Zubair's 9-year-old sister Nabila minutes later. She says it was hard to stop the bleeding. As she ran, she heard her grandmother, the village midwife, screaming. Rafiq Rahman says the loss of his mother has devastated his family.
Nobody ever told me why my mother was attacked that day. 4 of my children were injured. We had to sell land to pay our bills. The Pakistan government accepted my claim but didn't give compensation. They said it wasn't us, it was the US who was responsible.
But the Obama administration has never commented on the strike that targeted the Rahmans. In fact, the CIA has never publicly acknowledged its secret drone program. That's something these Democratic members of Congress want changed.
We need greater transparency and disclosure about the use of targeted killings. We really haven't had a full and open debate in the United States Congress.
Congressman Alan Grayson, who sponsored the congressional briefing, says there are real moral questions about whether someone such as a president should even have the power to decide who is targeted by U.S. drones.
I'm personally uncomfortable with the idea that the president makes these decisions unilaterally.
But of the 535 members of the U.S. Congress, just 5 Democrat representatives showed up to the drones briefing. But they say this is just the first time that drone survivors have testified before the U.S. Congress, and they hope it will lead to a wider congressional hearing. The first step in the long legislative process that could ultimately lead to changes in U.S. drone policy. Rafiq says he's optimistic.
I hope the Americans will listen to my story and stop the drones.
As a school teacher and a father, he says he has just one wish. He wants to see Pakistani children grow up with the same sense of security and safety without drones that he sees Americans taking for granted. Kimberly Helkin, Al Jazeera, Capital.